let's get this video started. Now, we have been talking about politicians, and mainly these debates have been talking about the politicians in UK. So today I'll be going back to the UK, not physically, of course, and we'll be talking about all of its politics again. And hey, we have the kitty cat with us. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. So let's get this started with. In today's episode of Hunter Joe, we'll be tackling should politicians be allowed second jobs. And he does not seem to be interested, so we'll just scrap the idea of a cat in the first place. Should politicians be allowed second jobs? Now, let's debate this topic. Now, here is a list of MPs who had second jobs. By the way, an MP salary is like 81,932 euros a year, which is like a lot of money to be politicians. And to be honest, the rules in the Welsh and Scottish Parliament is to have MPs not to be company advisors, because they're kind of worried that these companies are like, hey, I want you to make this law. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Could you make this law, please? I'll see what I can do. 5 hours later. Okay, grant the law. Now, this is your idea for the law. No, sir. The company suggested it. Uh-oh. In his brain. Yeah, at least that's kind of nice. And the MP salary, yeah. Now, why would companies even want MPs to be company advisors? Well, to be honest, it's because the MPs and other politicians know the law best, because they're helping to make it. So they would know the changes in the law and what they can do for regulations and stuff. And this would give them a major advantage. Also, some people are starting to worry that this might give them too big of an advantage, because, I mean, do you want a company that's kind of private to hire someone so that they can probably have an influence on making the laws? I thought not. So, what would you do in these situations? Okay, well, this guy named Owen Patterson was an MP, and he resigned because he kind of broke the laws of this Welsh and Scottish Parliament stuff. This sparked a debate on what politicians and MPs should be allowed and shouldn't be allowed to do. And so over on the affirmative position, a lot of things seem to be going on there. One of their first reasons to do so is that they say that there's more life experience within Parliament for MPs who are also working for society and different other society areas, which is a nice additional work to them. And some MPs work as doctors and even care workers, I should mention, and they should be admired and praised for doing these services, not neglected, saying you can't have a second job, don't you know these rules? But my job isn't. Now you are fired. We'll go give an emergency vote or something. Whatever British people do. British lawyer. I wonder if I could talk to a British lawyer. And if that British lawyer existed, then he or she could just tell me in the comments below. But then again, this video is never going to go viral anyway. Alright, moving on. We want the brightest people to be able to rule every country. And in this case, the UK. Sure, we want bright people to be able to rule the UK so that it's fair. The whole international world relationships with UK is fair. And all that other nice shebang. Now we'll be going to a darker tune. The negative position, who is able to control a lot of the parts and the votes of the world, which is something to be worrying about if you are a blue person. Which is what the affirmative position. Let's move on. Now, politics is a full-time job. I mean, any other work kind of distracts the MP from their main job, which is to help the UK. I wonder what the cage is for. Now, for his second point, as I've already read the script, he's too busy doing something. An MP's basic salary is actually of nearly 82,000 euros, which means that person doesn't really need extra money. And if you're going to be a southerner soon, then it's why the heck are you going to be needing an extra job? I mean, sure, you might want to do it just to help some people, or you might do it just for no payment. But even to do a job, what's the point of it? You already have money. You don't need extra money. Also, it would be nice to have it so you can like, hey, if I get this extra money, I can do something I want and all the things I never ever wanted to do. That kind of sounds greedy, which is not what an MP would definitely do. And 3, companies who hire MPs might have an influence in the creating of laws, which is something that only Parliament should be consistent about. And so what do you think, guys? What do you think? In my opinion, to be honest, I kind of agree with the affirmative position, to be honest, because politicians should be allowed second jobs. I mean, they don't have to have second jobs, but they can have them. And what I can do is that, I mean, if they... I guess it depends on what the MP's second job would be. If that MP wants to do this job, then I guess I would allow him. But if he wants to do this job as a second job, and if it interferes too much, or gives someone too much influence over government, then I wouldn't allow it. I guess it kind of depends on the opinion and circumstances. I'm in the middle here. I'm always in the middle. Sometimes. And now for the results. Turns out 48% of people voted for the politicians to be allowed second jobs. That's actually quite high, but not even over the halfway mark. So you guessed it, 52% goes to the negative position. Here's the percent. And okay, what's the cage for? Well, some of the bars opened. Oh, I see your motive now. Bing! Disqualified. You're free to go. The end.